Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are going to be remaking the Narwhal arms. Uh, this is a little out of my realm of comfortable. Again, when building, I know I said this when I made the charm house, but I definitely mean it when I made this, because at least the charm household is kind of close to that kind of Victorian style that I enjoy doing. But this kind of very European, like what Americans kind of see as like a more like old money classic type building, like the buildings you see more in Berlin and Paris. That's very much what this kind of build was inspired by. And I personally have never been to Europe. I have never left the United States. So I went on a Pinterest adventure. All right, I was looking up so many different buildings for this, just the Windenburg in general, because I'm making my own save file basically, and Windenburg is a challenge. And I also haven't really played with Windenburg since the game, like the game pack, the get together came out, and I realized how much I really love this world basically. So I've been on a kind of a Windenburg kick. I was kind of on a Mount Komorabi kick, and now I'm on a Windenburg kick. I am really excited to do these. It's very much something I don't do, and I've seen a lot of people online have a lot of this kind of style buildings, but they're kind of like classier sims, and I wanted to try, but a lot of those builds that they do they use a lot of CC to get the look, and because I don't want to use any build CC for this save file, which I am going to kind of break for the cafe that's next door to this build, I am going to use some build CC for it. The library, I didn't use any, but for the cafe I will. But for this build there is no build CC, so it is completely CC free, and you could just download it. It's on my Sims gallery. Should be. Actually, yes, it should be. By the time I post this, I had a little problem where it was glitching and saying that it could not save it, but it should be fine now, so I'll go back in and I'll put it up if it isn't already. But yeah, the European style is not something I normally do. So this was a challenge. I'll probably put up some photos of kind of the vibe that I went for. It obviously, the interior looks more like a warehouse club, I guess would be the best definition for it. Very Berlin. Or at least what Americans kind of view Berlin as, you know. It's kind of classy, but then there's also like these grungy warehouse clubs and stuff, like nightclub culture. And the way that I put this in my head as the lore of this building was maybe the exterior is very historic, but there was maybe a fire or something that ravaged the inside of the building, and so the new owners gutted the inside and turned it into this kind of club, this very hip nightclub, but the exterior had to stay the same. That's how I'm interpreting the lore of this building, because otherwise how would this thing exist? Like this clock tower, but then the inside is lots of neon lights, lots of graffiti. But yeah, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was because I'm actually kind of excited about it. I'm normally not that excited about release announcements for The Sims 4, because you kind of know what you're gonna get by the titles of them. Like, so when they're leaked or when they announce them, then you kind of already know like what you're gonna get. But for this, I don't know. Like, genuinely, I'm like, what could it be? Because they recently put out the season to be continued roadmap, and so we get a little sneak peek at the September to I think they say it's the September to December, but pretty much after October, it looks like we're maybe not getting anything except for updates. Um, but basically, we're going to be getting the storybook nursery kit on and and the artist studio kit on September 19th, which I don't really care about kits. They are not my thing. I only have the Desert Lux kit because they gave us it for free. Um, but other than that, I do not buy kits because I can get custom content for free. Like, I think kits are nice for if you don't want to use any CC at all. Like, you're like totally against modding for whatever reason. And then if you are on a console version of The Sims 4, then I get it. Like, these can be good. But I just don't use kits. Like the artist studio kit, I think could be cute if you have like an artist sim that you really enjoy playing with. But it's just, I don't think I need it. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at building a studio out of the stuff that we have, but I am interested in seeing what it comes with. And then the storybook nursery kit, I do actually think could be very cute. Just because I tried making a nursery recently, and I realized that it's actually kind of hard to make a nursery, and I don't know if it's just because it was my first time ever really making a nursery where like just a baby is, but I was struggling. So having a kit maybe dedicated to nurseries I think could be nice. The next thing after September 19th, September 24th, we're going to be getting the Reaper's Reward events, which I'm assuming is going to be like the daily login challenge that we had, which I am also kind of excited about. But I also have a love-hate relationship with them because I do love getting stuff for free. Obviously, that's why I enjoy the Desert Lux kit. But I don't know how I feel about the daily login still. Just the way it's connected to your account kind of weirds me out because the daily rewards aren't locked into your account. Like, they're not connected in any way. So if you get them, they are a local file on your computer, meaning that it isn't shared with the EA app. It's just on your computer. And so if you have a new computer or if you maybe share your EA account, you would have to, move that file onto your other computer. And it's just a little bit weird and I don't really like that. So I don't know. I just don't like it in general, the daily login stuff. I'm not a big fan when other games do it. Obviously, I'm not going to be a big fan when The Sims does it. Also, I just don't really understand how logging in daily affects The Sims, as like why they need people to log in daily. Because the only really I get it for like online multiplayer games like Fortnite or something, where you want people to log in daily so that they're actually playing and that people have matches to go into, stuff like that. But obviously for The Sims 4, the only online thing is the gallery, so I don't really get it. But I did like the stuff that we got with the last one, like that little bar we got. I do actually find very useful, and I do find myself using that, because the only other little bar we have is the globe one that came with, oh god, it was the really old pack that butlers came in. Luxury Living or something like that is an old stuff pack. But that I use, and that only gives you certain types of drinks. So I do think like a fully operational mini bar is actually very useful for like smaller builds and stuff, so I like that. But yeah, other than that, don't really like free stuff. Don't know how I feel about how it was implemented in the game. And then obviously the thing that everybody's talking about, the Life and Death expansion pack, which is, we're going to get the first look on October 3rd, and then is going to be fully released on October 31st. I am so intrigued about what they're going to do with this pack, because I think that there is a lot you can do. I feel like The Sims 4 doesn't really Obviously, there's a lot of death types, but there isn't, a lot after a sim dies. They can become a ghost, but ghosts don't really have as many interactions as they did in past games. So I think maybe they could get more things that they could do. I think that would be very cool. Um, like maybe giving them more perks like they have done with werewolves and stuff, but for ghosts. I think that'd be nice. And then I think maybe zombies might even make a comeback. I think that would be really cool. All right, hear me out. Zombies, but not like the Sims 3 zombies. In my head, I'm thinking more like the Sims 2 tragic kind of backstory zombies where they're immortal and they hate the person who brought them back. I think that could be very interesting. Maybe making a Sim have a deal with the Grim Reaper to bring back their loved one, but their loved one comes back as a zombie. Maybe. I think that could be very fun. I think that could be very tragic. I think that could be interesting storytelling. All right? That's what I have my mind on, the storytelling of the tragic zombie character. That's what I want. Not the zombie that's going to come back and just constantly eat your plants because you want to do a Plants vs. Zombies tie-in, all right? I did not like the Sims 3 zombies. And also, I just don't think that they're going to do Sims 3 zombies because I don't know how they would bring them back. I don't want Sims 3 zombies. I don't want the full moon to bring out zombies. I don't want that. Don't want it. Don't want Sims constantly breaking into my garden to eat my tomato plants. I hated that in The Sims 3. Literally, I wish there was a way to turn off just zombies. Frustrating. Very frustrating. What else would I want? I do think that there's a possibility of us getting a Grim Reaper career. I know people have been talking about that, and people are mainly talking about that because of an old community voted on stuff pack. I think it was the laundry day stuff where there was an option for possibly getting the paranormal pack earlier. It had like the seance haunted house trait, and then there was one thing that we didn't get in that list, which was the Grim Reaper career. So I do think that that is a very high possibility because we got everything else that was on that list except for a Grim Reaper career. High possibility of us getting that. What else? I want a cemetery lot. I think that there needs to be a better way of kind of condensing all of the dead Sims onto one lot. Kind of like in The Sims 3 where you're able to click on the mausoleum and then you can have like a Sim's grave and put it anywhere on the lot. I do think that something like that would be very useful because as of right now, like unless you know where a Sim died, you kind of just lose their grave. It could be anywhere in the world. And so I think having it be able to like spawn it in one specific lot or just like bring it to one specific lot and just have them be able to do that, I think would be very nice. Because there's the graveyards from like the vampire pack that aren't useful. It's just like world dressing, or like the cats and dog graveyard where the ghost dog spawns on that little island with the lighthouse. But you can't really use them as a graveyard because they're not like an actual lot. I do think memorial parties or funeral parties, I do think is probably also going to be a thing. I think it'd be silly if they didn't. Because I know a lot of people kind of they kind of make funeral parties even though the game doesn't have it. So I think actually giving a way to create that kind of event would be very nice, like a proper funeral event, I think would be good. What else? I don't know. Oh, the free update. They also tease at the end of the Embrace What's Next teaser like the roadmap, they said free updates. They didn't say when these were coming out, so this could be something that is more so on in the December time period. And it also says free updates, so obviously we're gonna get more. I'm assuming it's gonna be more of the bug fixes because they do have that new bug fixing team. But I do think what is interesting is the tarot card that they use in the teaser for the updates. It is based off of the World Tarot, and it also has in the four corners 4 different worlds. So it has what looks like Solani, Mount Karabi, Midnight Hollow, and then maybe Strangerville on the bottom right. So, and it says updates, so it looks like there's a possibility for maybe world updates, like a world refreshes. But I'm trying to think of what those 4 worlds have in common, and I don't really know. Like, I'm trying to think of what people want, or like what people have been asking about for those worlds, and I can't think of anything. Maybe, oh, I don't know. Like, that's what I find kind of more intriguing. Like, I don't care about the kits and the event rewards, whatever. I want to know what these updates are. Is this a refresh? What is this? But then also, I highly doubt it'll be a refresh because we just haven't gotten refreshes since Spa Day. So I have a feeling that it's probably not a refresh, even though my brain is like, ooh, refresh. It's probably not going to be. It is probably just going to be more bug fixes, just because it has such like a... If it was refreshes, I feel like it would focus on more of just one of those worlds, like maybe refreshing vampires to have more stuff like werewolves, maybe, or like, you know, whatever. I truly, I don't know. I couldn't even begin to guess what the updates are. Like I said, it's probably just gonna be more bug fixes. If anything, I'm not getting my hopes up for a refresh, and neither should you, because we're not getting refreshes anymore. Just my personal feelings about it. They're not coming back. We're not getting any more. And I'm a little bit sad about it, but it's just what I believe, and, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of it. As far as the, I don't know, the roadmap that we got, that's kind of it. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else that I would want from a life and death pack, because I don't really know how they would do the life part of a life and death pack, because I feel like everything that I can think of would already be covered in a like generations pack. So most of the things I'm thinking of mainly cover a more death pack. So I don't know. Let's see, what did I say that there could be? There's the Grim Reaper career. They could give us zombies. There's nothing to hint at zombies. I just want zombies. There's nothing to hint at it. Let's see. There, funerals, cemeteries. I'm sure something else will come to me, but I don't know. But yeah, outside of those, not really sure. But if you guys have any ideas of what we could be getting, I would love to hear what other people think that the death pack could entail, a life and death that could entail. So I'm thinking, just the only reason why I'm thinking maybe more stuff for ghosts and more stuff or zombies is because of the life and death, because maybe like undeath, alive but dead kind of I like vibe. But other than that, I don't know. I do think it would be funny if the Grim Reaper career was like a it's probably not going to be a active career. I just think it would be really funny if it was like an on-call job, like they have to go when a sim dies, they have to go get them. But I doubt that would be a thing because that kind of removes the need for the Grim Reaper. Oh, the other thing I'd really like to see, a new world. I hope we get a new world. And I really, 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 really want Olive Spectre. Alright, I really want her. I think it would be such a cool thing if there was Olive Spectre. Even if it was like the Sims 3 version of Olive Spectre, which had it was like a younger version of her with like baby nervous subject. I think having, even if we don't have a way to have babies with the Grim Reaper, I want nervous subject to canonically be the baby of the Grim Reaper. Please, please. I want it so bad. I want all the specters so bad. I want a new world, and I want Olive Spectre to be an NPC in that world. Please. I don't ask for much. But Olive Spectre, my beloved, I want that serial killer, alright? I want her. Please, 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 please. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say, you know? I hope you enjoyed the build. If you want it, it's going to be on the Sims gallery. It'll be there. Here are some pictures. Enjoy. And I hope you're staying cool. And for those in the Southern Hemisphere, I hope you're staying warm, I guess. But yeah, have a nice rest of the day, evening, night, wherever you are.